That looked
Dry.
disgusting. What was I doing?
But you've got to be like
You've got to be
a
walking.
big baller.
Oh, you're the guy in the
You know what I
changing
mean?
room. Do you know what I mean? Fuck.
So glad it's not me.
Hello. Welcome to episode 12.
12.
Where we can no longer count as high in French, so we just say 12.
You know what? If we flip that round, it's the famous 21.
We're
getting
beyond
close,
halfway.
it's
We're
getting
beyond
close.
halfway now, which is
We are.
crazy.
We are. The motivation's still high. We're still here, guys.
For anybody who
Still
doesn't know
powering
the
through.
stat, 21 episodes is what 95% of podcasts don't make it past. And so that is going to be a huge milestone for us.
Massive.
Really big milestone. And we're on the way there. We've got so much content planned for you guys and so much stuff in store. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yes, we shall. What do we have today?
Oh, today, you've seen the title, people. It's Shall We Start an Onlyfans? And the reason
Really?
why, shall we? What do you think? Should we just give everything
We'll
up
get
and start
into
an
it.
OnlyFans?
We'll get into it.
We're going to be talking about all sorts of types of generating profits today, touching on every which way for generating the money. So,
Exactly. We're diving into the money, the coin.
the stuff that's pretty much 50% of the reason why you bloody start.
Yes.
We want 50% to still be the reason why you want to start as a passion,
Exactly.
something to get involved in. Intrinsic reward, but the extrinsic reward is important. That's the
You
cash
need to
moolah.
put food on your table, don't you?
You
And
do.
ultimately, that comes with money.
Bringing home the bacon. Well, to speak of bringing home the bacon, shall we see if our scratchies are
We
making
shall,
us
my friend. We
millionaires?
shall.
These are a little bit more expensive.
They are.
We've gone premium. We've gone for £2 scratch cards.
Even though we said we would stop this,
we haven't,
but we've
stopped.
gone back.
So this is the pinball multiplier with the top prize of, what is it, Jamie?
Doom, £50,000.
£50,000 richer right now, people. Do you want to go
Imagine
first?
if we landed at £50,000.
Oh, it'd be
I'll go
crazy.
first.
You
Yeah.
go first, okay.
So basically, we had to match two identical symbols to win the prize shown, and I got absolutely nothing.
Crap. Well, yes, people, on mine, as Jamie said, you had to match two and... Hold on.
No, you didn't. He's lying.
Have I just won £2? No, I haven't. I've won £4!
No way.
I swear down.
What?
I've won £2 and then a multiplier times 2. Look at that. 2 rolls. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's my second £4 winner.
Cash moolah.
Come on.
You can buy another one of these
I
again.
can buy another one of those.
That's
I can buy
unreal.
2 of these because I won £4.
What is this find like? What is that?
I don't know. Is it a duck? Is it a key? Is it
Jellyfish, penguin?
It could be all of those things. It could be
Anyway,
a meteor, maybe.
Didn't find that. Wow.
But yes, it said match 2. I've won 2 rolls, which is £2, and then the multiplier next to it times by 2.
Bosh.
£4.
That's good.
He's won
man.
again.
That's very good.
Woo, woo, woo.
So we can redo this.
I've only actually made back the money we've spent today.
Yeah, we can redo this.
But we can redo this. Right, cool. Right, you can fling yours off. I'll put mine here with the other winners.
The winners table.
The winners go on the winners
which is a grand
table.
total of 3.
3 winners, yeah. What's that total though, pounds wise? That's £6.
I don't
That's
know.
£10.
But we've done
£10 sat there.
24 scratch cards and won 3 of them.
We won £10. But actually, 24.
That is
that's not great.
horrendous.
It's not.
stats.
It's not good.
This is not a business to get into. Don't
It's not.
gamble, kids.
Don't gamble, kids. Without further ado, shall we get into our first segment of the day, bro?
Yeah, let's get into it.
We're going to start with a competition. Let's fucking go. Right, hello. We are in for Battle of the Host. Today's Battle of the Host, Jamie, what is it?
You know what? I'm so distracted by these eggs. Anyway, mine is going to be talking about guessing the price, right?
Yes.
We're going to give you a little bit of a margin on each product that we talk about.
Yeah,
Mine's going to be about fashion and tech, and yours is?
Mine is going to be about food, home, and health products.
Okay.
So a little bit of a mix.
Yeah. But you'll get the gist of it as we name the product,
Yes,
essentially.
exactly. We wanted to stay in different industries so that we didn't start researching in each other, so that we didn't know beforehand.
And as you can see, it's back.
It's back.
It is back.
I'm
And
so nervous.
I know exactly what this is like. You don't. And
He's
my
having the
friend,
shakes.
it is disgusting.
Alexa, stop.
Why is she listening in on
I don't
us?
know. She's
Anyway,
scared.
it is horrid.
That's
I do
rough.
not like it. I'm not looking forward to this one bit.
Yeah, neither am I.
And I
not
wish
at
I made
all.
my margins worse.
Yeah. How bad was it when you first did it? It must have been pretty rough.
Mate, you feel good because the slime,
Yeah.
you know, like the white, I guess,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
goes through. You feel
It's
like that's the
the-
yolk.
Yeah.
Then you have the actual like egg itself,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you're like, I'm done. And then there's like another 2 more gulps coming in, and you're like,
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. If you haven't seen it already, go to the socials, check out when Jamie did this festival. We think you were wearing the same outfit.
I'm pretty sure I was in the same exact outfit, which is kind of embarrassing.
So we
but
might have to make this the egg outfit. Without
Shit.
further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to ask first. Jamie's going to
Go on,
answer.
son.
So, first of all, on the Price is
and
Right.
tell me the margin as well.
Yeah, I will. So, the first one, we're going to go for a Big Mac large meal.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a price margin of £1 either side.
Oh wow. Okay. Big Mac large meal.
Large meal, Big Mac. Large meal,
Oh my god.
Big Mac.
This is so bad that I don't actually know.
That's good.
I'm gonna go. Right, I get £1 either side, so let's be
Meal,
clever. Let's be strategic.
Large meal.
I'm gonna go. Just a £6.
Oh, you're way off, man.
Really?
Yeah, $11.99.
Oh my god, that was actually my second guess.
Was it actually
£11 something.
Oh, you would have got it if it was.
But then I
it's
was
a
like,
large meal.
Oh,
I don't think you can get that. I think the Big Mac costs about £6
balls,
for a meal.
balls.
We'll move on.
Oh yeah, and if we get it bang on,
Oh yeah,
we've already agreed ×2.
double points. Double points.
Oh,
Next
that was
up.
my only chance to get a bang on one as well.
I think you've got some other options here.
Okay, go
Because
on.
there's some that are quite logical.
All right.
This one, it was quite hard to go for the homely stuff. I've gone for pillows, and I don't know if you know this. You can buy Premier Inn pillows. So you know the pillows you get in Premier Inn
On the bed, yeah.
on the bed. So
They're
it's
comfy,
a
aren't
pack
they?
of them. Yeah, really nice pillows. A pack of two.
Pack of two.
Showing you like other businesses get involved in selling their products. Smart thing from the hotels. Premier Inn, a pack of their double pillows. So you get 2 pillows of theirs.
2.
Yeah. 2 pillows. Premier Inn.
What's my margin?
Oh, sorry, good point. Your margin is £5 either side.
£5.
£5
I'm gonna
either
say
side.
30 quid.
So close, man. It's 36 quid.
Oh,
So close.
balls.
That is tough. That is tough. I'll give you that.
Oh no.
I thought 5 was a fair margin on that. All right, we'll move on.
36 is such a rogue number. I need to think more
It
rogue.
is, yeah. I thought you were
Fair.
going to go £40, which is why I thought the £5 margin was good.
nah.
Anyway, we'll move on. XIX vodka. Sidemen,
Oh, I generally
XIX
don't know.
vodka.
Wow. Margin?
£3 either side. Sorry, I'll make that £5 either side.
£22.
It's $29.99.
Oh my goodness. 0 points.
Oh, God.
It's
Right,
horrendous.
a health product.
How much? 29.
$29.99.
Is that steep? I don't actually know.
I don't think that's that steep for vodka.
No.
No.
Fair.
I think, like, especially because it's a branded one. Like most vodkas cost like 20 quid, so it's going to
Yeah.
be like about £10 more
Fair,
than that.
fair.
Right, here's an interesting one.
Right, I need to think.
You might know
properly.
this because we're reaching out to the good old Ashton Hall. As a health product, how much does mouth tape cost? I'll give you £6 either side. So it's the mouth tape that he uses, the £6 either side.
It just looks
It's
like bloody duct
it's-
tape.
It's a standard. Oh no, it's not duct tape. It's like mouth tape. It's a
Okay.
health product, mouth tape. I'll give you £6
Wow.
either side.
Do you get like, I'm assuming a whole roll kind of vibe?
It's like, yeah, they're like strips, but you get like, I think like 15 strips,
15
and you just like put a
strips.
strip over and like
Okay.
peel it off.
Then I'll say like,
It's
how
mouth
much?
tape.
He said £6.
I'll give you £6 either side. And remember, it's just mouth tape.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
Ashton's
yeah,
used it,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
just mouth tape.
I'm gonna go £18.
£18.80.
Oh,
That's close.
I needed that double pointer as well.
You did need that
Damn
double
it.
point.
Oh, I'll take one. I'll take one.
Yeah, so you got 1 point there. Right, next up, home product. We're going for a microwave.
Okay.
And a very standard, bog standard. I've got a microwave over there. It's the exact same as that, basically, I've gone for. I'm going to give you, because microwaves can vary quite a bit.
Yeah, they can.
You can't really see
I
it, but
can't see
I'll
it.
give you £30 either side
Right.
to make it.
I'm gonna go 60 quid.
Okay, yeah, bro, it's more than that. It's 130 quid.
130 quid.
Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
I got mine second hand, so it was probably about 60 quid, but that was second hand. Right, next up, box of New Tonic. A 24 pack of New Tonic. We have spoken about this before.
Did you tell me the price?
Yeah, I did before, yeah.
Sugar. 24 pack, yeah?
I'll give you a price margin of 5 either side again.
24 pack. I'm going to go 35 quid.
It's $29.99.
Balls.
35, did you say?
Yeah.
That's rather
For
strange.
24 cans.
Yeah. Oh, shit. It's 12 cans. I've only just realised that. Fuck, that's my bad. I'll give you an extra one. We'll redact that one. I've got another.
You got another one?
I've got a backup one.
Right.
Okay. I've got a backup one. We'll
You
scrap that
definitely
one.
said 24
I
cans.
did definitely say 24 pack. It's 12 pack.
I
Right,
would have said 20.
moving on. This is number 6 now.
Right, yeah.
A Peloton bike.
Oh, Lord.
I'll give you a price margin of £100 either side.
Oh, my gosh. Wait, is this like the top range?
So Peloton have either got a Peloton bike or a Peloton bike plus. I've just gone for the Peloton bike, not the Peloton bike plus.
Oh, no. I think I know the plus, but... All right.
I'll give you £100
off
either
that,
side.
I'm going to go 350.
Oh, bro, it's way more than that. 1,599.
I thought that was the plus.
No, that's just a regular.
Really?
Yeah, that's
I was going to go 1,200.
Yeah, the
for
plus is like 1,800 and something,
oh,
I think.
my Lord.
Um,
I've stuffed this up. big
okay,
time.
next up we have a steak from the Salt Bay restaurant. You know, the fancy steak guy?
Yeah.
So the tomahawk steak on that menu, I'll give you £100 either side.
Is this the 24 karat gold one?
Yeah.
What?
The giant tomahawk.
How much more each side? Sorry, margin?
I'll give you £100 either side.
Oh no, I'm gonna go. If you're going 100,
It's a steak, remember, but like it's
but
it's
then-
I know it's actually really tough now that I'm saying it out loud, but like it's really hard to think of things.
See, I want to go like in the thousands, but I think that's well off there.
That's well off. I'm just
So
gonna tell you
I'm
that's well
gonna
off.
go like 150,
No, bro. 630.
630, and you gave me
Yeah.
100 quid each side.
I thought that was. What would you say? Like 200 quid each side with that?
Doesn't matter.
All right, fair enough. Last one.
Jesus, I'm on one.
Now this is the health product of all health products, the best
Yeah,
product out
I'm
there.
going to be doing these eggs again.
I'm gonna tell you what is a Suits and Sliders Patreon subscription. If you don't know this,
£4.
£4 is exactly £4. You get double points on that one.
That was a friendly.
That was my
one.
backup one, to be fair.
All right. So
However,
3
should we make them
points.
aware about the Apple thing?
Apple thing, yes. So guys, on Patreon, if you do it through your iOS device and download the app, you'll be paying, what's it? About £6?
You have to pay £6 if you do it on
Yeah,
Apple.
it's actually a little bit more than that as well. But Apple take about a 30% fee. So essentially what we're saying is do it via Google, Safari, whatever you use. Search up on your desktop kind of vibe. Type it in. If you pay £4 that way, you'll be paying £4. Then you can download the app on your phone and everything like that, and it will work smoothly.
Exactly. Check out the link trees in our social media, especially our Instagram. That will take you onto the web version. Don't download the app straight away to then buy it. Just use the web version that it will send you to.
Exactly.
Because you get £2 less. It means the same for us. We want you to be obviously making the most affordable choice for yourselves.
Don't go paying these big guys more millions. They don't need it. Trust
Apple's
me.
got plenty of money.
They do.
Right. So you got 3 points, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Let's get into it.
You might regret giving me those 2 extra points there at the end.
Yeah, I
Being
think
a
I
bit
might.
nice.
But it's my fault for saying 24.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Nike times Off-White Air Force One Brooklyn Edition.
Bloody hell.
I'm going to give you... This is quite a popular shoe.
Not
If
for me,
you're a
it's
shoe
not-
person,
I'm
you
not
know
a shoe
I'm not a
person.
shoe
I've got
person
about as
either.
much style as a fucking paperback.
I'll give you... I've written here 100, but I'll be nice because you're not a shoe person. I'll give you 200 each side.
I
which
didn't
is
realise it was
nice.
going to be in the scale of that anyway. I'm going to say some fancy off-whites. I really don't know about shoes. I'm going to say 650.
No, you're off. 1,200.
No way!
And if you
For
look at these
shoes?
shoes, they're like luminous green. They are...
But they're called off-white.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
Why are they called off-whites if they're green?
Off-White's the brand. Another brand
okay.
says a collaboration,
Oh, I didn't know that.
cross-collaboration.
Okay.
Anyway, crazy.
That's
Here we go.
mental.
We've spoken about this before,
Oh, okay.
all right?
Yeah.
Apple Vision Pro. UK price we're talking about here. All pounds. I'm going to give you, because we spoke about this before, 150 either side.
Oh, God, I was going to go for way much then. Because 150 doesn't seem reasonable at the price point I was thinking. All right, I'm going to
Well,
say...
no, I'd still say Because only because we've
I'm
spoken
gonna go
about
what
before.
I thought. I'm just going gut
Go on.
feeling. I was gonna say $3,000.
Very close.
What is it?
3,500.
Oh God.
So close.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Canada Goose.
Okay.
Langford Parker.
These are so far out of my budget.
Yeah. This is. Well, I'll give you once again. 150 either side.
I think I might know,
Okay.
and I only think I might know because I went to a charity shop, like vintage thrift shop sort of vibe place once, and they had secondhand ones, and I'm pretty sure someone was telling me they're about $750 a jacket. So I'm going to say $750.
Okay.
No.
£1,095.
Oh God, I must have been looking at a gilet. Shit.
Yeah, I feel bad now because these are getting tough. Because fashion's hard, isn't it? If
We're
you
just
don't know
not
brand,
fashionable
mate,
people.
we are.
Food, you guys have had
we
a
got
stab
Amazon
at.
sliders on.
These are like 10 quid.
Gymshark probably next. I don't know what this
Yeah.
is. Do you know? Oh, you wear a
It's
polo, mate.
cheeky
Cheeky
Ralphie,
boy.
actually. This is the only expensive thing I've got. I'm trying to look good for you people.
So we got Balenciaga track trainers. I'm gonna give you
Be kind.
100 either side. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not talking in the thousands. Put it that way.
Fuck, that was the first time I was thinking in thousands. I would say Balenciaga trainers, yeah?
Track trainers.
Track trainers, whatever that means. I'm going to say 800.
Because you're in the margin.
Yeah?
You got it.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. What was it?
725.
Oh, cool. I'll take that.
Nice,
Take that. Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
nice.
I thought it was
Right.
going to be more then. Yeah, cool.
Now
1
we're getting
point.
on to things that you might be more familiar with.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
We're going into tech world a little bit more.
Into the tech world.
Sony headphones.
Okay.
Right? There's obviously a description here. If you
Yeah.
want it, do you want it?
Yeah, because I know there's
WH-1000X M5.
Are they the fancy ones, basically?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
One of the fancier
One of the
ones.
fancier set ones. I will say...
I'm going to give you 25 quid each side.
Oh, okay. I was going to say £300.
So close.
No, how close am I?
349. So close.
Could have said
Right.
50 quid on the
I
side.
know. No, I'm being
Yeah, you're being just as fair as I was, yeah.
Theragun Elite.
Is this a massage gun?
Brr, yeah. And
Elite.
yes,
Okay.
I'm giving you 30 quid either side.
199.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
375.
Fucking it. We're a massage gun.
Yeah.
What is it? Just a whole person? Just
It's mental, right? Right. So we've spoken about this as well.
How many more have I got? 2.
Two more.
So I've got to get them both right, basically. Or I've got to hit a spot on.
Unless you get a spot on. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. Yeah.
Okay, think what
We're talking top of the range, 512 gigabytes here. How much do you think this will go for? I'm going to give you a margin error
I'm not a Samsung guy.
of 150.
Whoa,
So this is the
okay.
new foldable phone.
New
right?
foldable phone, outright, full.
Pretty
kit.
much out now, like kind of vibe.
I'm thinking the only comparison I can work with is top of the range Apple phones.
Okay.
And so I've got to go somewhere in the same remit as them. So I'm going to have to say £1,300.
No.
How far off am I?
Quite far off.
Really?
Yeah.
How much is it?
1749.
1749 for a phone.
But like we're talking 512 gigabytes, which is like
Yeah,
the
that's
top.
quite
So
large.
if you're
That's not really
talking
most-
Apple,
my phone's like 64. So yeah,
you're
I
talking
probably
like
haven't thought about that.
2,500 or something. If you're giving that much
Really?
gigabyte, yeah.
Jeez, didn't even think about that. All right, fair.
All
Got to hit
right.
the spot on, or else I've
Last one, right? Beats Pill speaker.
Okay.
You know what I'm speaking about? The little
Yeah.
speaker. I'm gonna give you. Right,
give me a
bearing in mind the
chance.
margin,
Give me a
right?
chance. Yeah.
I'll give you 30 quid either side.
Oh shit.
Bearing in
okay.
mind the margin. So the margins, anyway, I'm not going to say anymore. But it's not as high as what you might think in comparison to the rest.
Beats Pill speaker.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 149.99.
129.
So I'm within the margin.
You are, but you haven't
No,
got it
I'm
bang
gonna
on,
want-
unfortunately.
129.99 as well.
Just 129.
Oh, okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. I thought we would have had like a
No.
little stamp on the end. Fuck.
Oh,
guess
you were so close
Oh,
though
so
with some of
close.
them. You were
Some of
like
them.
The
Especially
tech ones you're
the
better.
ones that I was like just out of the margin on, which could have got
Yeah.
me a couple more points to put me ahead. Fuck. Right, it is what it is. You could do the honours of cracking, because last time I cracked, it went all sorts of fucking places.
Can't remember.
Oh, man. I guess now we're going to both know what it's like. Oh, God.
But to be fair, I should have got your ones. Yours were a
Some
lot
of mine
easier
you
than
should have
mine.
got, yeah.
I'm just not very.
I feel like generally yours were easier than mine, but like, I think we both had a fair competition
Oh
there.
no, I've got a shell in there. Hold on.
Yeah, take it
Let
out.
me get that bad boy out. Can I pop that there?
For anyone that doesn't know, I'll be running the London Marathon this week, and this is some great protein for me to have. Check out a Sunday special. We'll probably be on it.
It'll be already
go
out.
check it out. Most probably will be.
Most likely.
All right.
Oh, it's a mess. Oh, good luck, my friend.
I'm thinking, should I sit in your seat for the vid? We'll get Tom to get a nice old. Oh, it's quite nice over here. It's comfortable.
It's a lush life.
Oh man, one of them's broken as well, so I feel like it will go down easier. I'm hoping.
Hopefully. If you
Right.
scramble it, mate.
To the suits, to the sliders.
Good luck, my friend.
Fuck.
So glad it's not me. Oh, yeah. Think about the protein. Think about the protein. Oh, you smashed it. Oh, you did really well there.
Oh, that's disgusting.
You necked that so quick.
When I first went to my mouth, I thought it was going to start going down, but it just sits there until you actively swallow. Oh, that's rank.
Fair. I was hoping he'd like regurgitate that back up like me.
Jesus, right. Well, that
Fair
was
play,
Battle
mate.
of the Hosts.
Fair play.
Cheers, brother.
You necked that like a beer. What's going on?
My eyes are watering. Right, we're
You're
going to
just
get back
living.
into the episode. Okay, people, we're back in, and I feel disgusting. It's sat right here, mate. It's not
it will
nice.
sit there the whole ep.
My brain was thinking I should put a little bit of salt in, but actually I probably wouldn't have stomached it as well. Like seasoning or something to help
Got
it
to
out.
neck it down, your boy.
But we forgot about something. We were going to tell you, beautiful people, we're running another competition.
We are.
In honour of that Battle of the Hosts we've just done, we are going to challenge you, lovely people, to see who can guess the Price is Right for the beautiful set.
What
We're
does that
talking-
include, though?
I'll be
Let's tell 'em.
specific for you. This egg's making a comeback. If I can imagine, like you've popped out. We're talking, people, the chairs, the tables,
These lovely chairs.
the 3 backboards with the drops that are on them, and that is
The lights.
because we're not including the
These
other lights.
lights.
We'll include these lights as well.
Only these
Okay.
lights.
So that is everything. Not the mics, not the boom arms, not the cameras, not the like softbox lights. We're just talking the set that you can see in its standard form.
Yeah. Just the table, just the chairs, backboards, and light. These
And we
lights.
have the value. So once this episode goes out, we'll run the competition for a week. Whoever can get it by episode 13, whoever's closest will win a pair of sliders. So even if you don't think you know,
These sliders.
stick-
You get one of each.
get one of each and signed by us.
Yeah, boy.
So stick it in the comments. If you get it in the comments, even if you just take a guess, you put yourself at a chance of winning. So
OG
crack on.
slider prize.
And this stuff will show that you are from day one.
Yeah,
We're talking
100%.
5 years down the line. We might even have different sliders by then. You have the OG sliders.
Yeah, we'll probably buy it off you again.
Maybe. I need like a little trophy case.
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
Something like that.
That'd be sick.
unreal.
But
Anyway.
without further ado,
Exactly. Let's get into it, Ollie.
let's
Let's get into the blood and soul of a business.
talking about the money generation methods.
Exactly. How do you keep money in your pockets?
And I'll tell you a bit about the different types of revenue
Yes.
because there's many different ways you can skin a cat here.
100%. 100%.
And I mean it in the sense that, I mean, you could be, what most people understand as a general rule of thumb is you just sell a product. Basic sales. You have an item, you do a one-time sale, that's how you generate profit,
course,
which is
yeah.
right. Sales,
Yeah.
such as like Nike buying a pair of shoes or buying a t-shirt. It's a very straightforward, simplified version of making a sale. You can do this through e-commerce platforms, so on and so forth.
Yeah, thinking like merch, Etsy shop.
Any set product
Yeah, exactly.
that's a one-time, there you go, and you move on. That is
100%,
what we call
100%.
a standard sale product offering.
Obviously, that's quite hard to scale, though, isn't it?
It is. It means you have to constantly, because the other side of it is once you've made a sale on something, you're not going to sell them the same thing again unless it's something like food or drink of
Yeah,
sorts.
yeah.
If you sell them, for example, this, we're never going to buy it twice.
Nah.
you're going to buy it once. So you need to
Exactly,
have constant different products coming out so you can reach the same customer demographics. You give yourself some challenges there. Nevertheless, if you've got good product, then it's a very good market to get involved with.
Definitely.
Next up, speaking of the OnlyFans out there, brother, they work on a subscription-based revenue generation.
Yeah, you see this all over the shop these days. TV,
Oh,
licenses,
Netflix,
everything.
Prime, Disney,
Sky, BT, TNT.
exactly.
Like,
Every single like utility that you pay for probably is a subscription-based service in some sense, which basically means, as you would understand, that every week or month or year, depending on the subscription that you pay for, it's a recurring revenue stream, which is really good for cash flow for a business. So if you've got an option to have a subscription service, such as a Patreon,
ooh.
then get on it, because it's really good to make sure that cash flow keeps coming and you have consistent and regular money.
Definitely. I mean, it depends what you're doing, though, I'd say.
True.
Because if you, for example, are the product, i.e. us and Patreon, if we stop, that stops.
Yeah.
But if you're selling something else and you're getting those retaining customers, it can be a real gold mine. So
You're
it is
100%
really
right.
clever to go down.
And that is a challenge because, once you made a sale with the product, you don't have to worry about it again. Whereas the service thing is it's you're signing on for as long as they sign on, which can be a stressful thing to encompass. Next up, we have service-based. So these companies that pay you for an hourly rate, a daily rate, so on and so forth. So this is time-based revenue generation. So you're giving up your time in order to have somebody pay you a certain fee. Now, there's drawbacks from this, as you probably would understand, would be you can only give out your time to one person at a time, really, unless you're doing like big sort of corporate conferences and stuff like that, where you can display to a bunch of people. But the truth of the matter is, if you're doing a labouring company of sorts, I know a lot of people are probably interested in that because it's a skill-based service you can offer. You can only help one person at a time, which can be a drawback. But if that's your skill, then you can make money in it.
I mean, if you expand in your business, right, and you train others to do the exact same skill that you're offering, then all of a sudden you're onto something big there, because services can be a real big cash cow.
That reminds me, to be fair, the other day I was looking on Instagram and there was a kid who was like getting people to come onto his cleaning business where they would like, clean the windows of houses.
Okay.
And he would bring these lads on. He'd give them like a 24-hour trial a day. And this guy was like a door-to-door salesman through and through. And he was saying how he was only bringing on people to this company that like fit the energy, fit the vibe, fit the work ethic. And the way he sold it was brilliantly. So there's people out there that do this door-to-door sales people. They're great to understand service-based packages because they're the people who do it more than anyone.
100%. I mean, well, you see with the big companies as well, don't they? They bring in apprentices, graduates, whatever it may be, probably on a quite lowish salary, and then they charge them out fairly higher than what they're actually earning.
Exactly.
And that's a service-based thing as well.
100%. Moving on, also with that service-based thing, you can hire out a product. So, for example, there's this old school business plan that was like the bouncy castle business plan. It was selling out, servicing a bouncy castle, and they were making thousands of pounds an hour. They were almost making the whole value of the bouncy castle back in one day and renting out for a whole summer. It was genius. Moving on, licensing fees. So this is such as using property. So if you were to create something like, let's say you're an artist and you want to create music, this is how you can license your music so that you can be an artist and create revenue from it, especially people who have these creative outlets, whether it's within like editing software and stuff like that. Your licensing fees that you can make, if you were somebody who's a producer and you wanted to rent out your music, licensing fees are a way to retain a regular fee coming in from other people doing sometimes the hard legwork to make money off of your own product. I mean, it's genius.
It is a proper grind though, but if you tap into that market, my God, you're laughing. You look at all these musicians, artists, all of them lot, that are like putting out musics and they're getting streamed all the time, and they probably put it out in like the 2000s or whatever. They're still making money off you playing Rihanna back in the day or something like that.
Like, for example, Disney do this better than anybody because they license their characters for other people to use on their top. So when Gucci put out a fancy top with like a Mickey Mouse print on it, Disney are making obviously a load of money from
commission
that.
off it,
And so that's a really important way you can think about licensing. It's not just music. It can be character-based, product-based, logo-based. It can be all sorts of things. And then the final one I've got, now there is, as I've said, there's a million ways to skin a cat. So there's probably ones that we won't mention today, but the last one that's one that can be utilized by yourself is something called the freemium model. Now the freemium model is having a product or a service or a something that you're selling where you give off a free version and use advertising behind the revenue generation, but you also add on top of that a paid version. So the freemium model of revenue generation, Spotify do it better than anybody. They offer the free version where it has ads and all this sort of regulatory stuff on there if you have it free. And the second you pay Spotify outright, that's when the fee drops and you're now paying the company. So the freemium model is it's a much sort of more intricate way to figure it out, but it's something that you can probably make money off if you wanted to reach a bigger demographic before advertising a paid service.
Yeah, because you attract an audience, obviously, because it's free. And then as they want to upgrade, because they're finding adverts and stuff a bit annoying, YouTube do the exact same.
Yeah.
You can upgrade into a premium product.
Exactly.
It's interesting.
So those are the main ones that I've seen. There is still like ways you can make money through investments or affiliations or advertising. There's loads of other stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not going to touch on that today. This is about when you have your own company, which does usually mean that it doesn't go into touch with.
You're going to incorporate one of those things that you've touched upon.
Most likely.
If you're looking down that route, you've got to make sure your business aligns with that. So if you're going to choose one of those streams, then go for it.
But as well, you could be having an idea and thinking, I have to make a product to then sell. That's definitely not the only way. This is what we're saying. Like if you've got a passion in music or a passion in something else, like it can be adapted to having its own type of revenue generation.
Yeah. And you can combine a lot of them together as well. So if you feel like you've got that product, combines all of them, do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, you mentioned a lot about revenue there.
Yes.
And obviously, if we get into that, revenue, a lot of people don't really understand the definition for it. Essentially, revenue is everything that your money, or not your money, your business brings in. So all the money that it generates before any costs or anything like that is deducted.
Yeah.
So this is your revenue. You see a lot of probably like Instagram gurus out there that go, I've generated 1 billion revenue, blah, 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 blah. But you don't know how much profit.
They might have spent $1 billion.
Yeah, you don't literally. They might have spent more than that. Do you know what I mean?
Fair point.
So you don't know the profit, and the profit is the real one that you need to look out for.
Exactly.
So when it goes on to profit, there's two different types. You've got gross profit and net profit.
Yeah.
Gross profit now is basically revenue minus the cost of making whatever your product is.
Got you.
Essentially, if I sell a hoodie for 50 quid, it costs me 20 quid to make it. My gross profit is 30 quid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why are you adding that up?
No, my brain confused net and gross again, but no, it makes sense that way around.
So the net profit obviously is everything the company kind of makes, but it's deducting all the costs, right?
Yeah. The advertising.
Exactly. So if my gross profit was 30 quid for the hoodie, however, I spent 15 quid or something like that on advertising, marketing, etc., etc. Exactly. It comes to now my net profit being £15.
Got you. Okay.
So net profit is really the indicator of how well your business is performing.
Yeah.
So when it comes into all of it, let's say we're selling, like we said, a hoodie, £100, costs 30 quid to make, gross profit will be 70, and you spend 40 quid on ads and postage, all of that lot, your net profit's 30 quid.
Got you.
So a lot of people out there don't really say what their net profit is. They only say their revenue or maybe their gross profit. And that's kind of what we're getting down to.
And even from there, once you've got your net profits, then that's when tax comes into it.
I mean, exactly, yeah.
Later. But yeah, it's a quick way to realise that you're not making as much money.
No, 100%. So essentially, your revenue shows the sale power. Obviously, if you're getting a high revenue, it means there's a want for whatever you're making or that product. Yeah. Your profit essentially shows your business health. And then the margin, you want a good profit margin, right? Yeah. If you're working, let's say, below 20%, you might want to revamp your figures a little bit.
Every industry has a different profit margin, like as regulatory as it goes. Luxury products have a certain margin they work to compared to like your sort of standard service and
100%.
stuff.
I mean, like if we're looking at like a healthy margin to be aspiring for, probably around the 30% mark.
Yeah.
And then if you're talking digital, it can go upwards from 50 to 80%.
Yeah.
But your margin essentially is your warning light. So if you're getting below 20%, and it depends on how much time and effort you're putting into it, you need to look and go, is this really worth what I'm getting out of my product?
So true.
If it's not, try look at how you can become more time efficient or potentially even boost your margins so it becomes more profitable for you.
I see.
But yeah, if you're looking at a business, mate, take all that into consideration because money is a key factor, and ultimately people want to be making profit because they want to be earning some cash.
Yeah, and we're going to get into more about understanding those sort of ways to manage your money once you start making it and so on and so forth later. But before we do, shall we get into our next segment?
We shall.
And this is a fun one.
Favourites again.
You know you love it. We're getting it back. Workplace stories.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Righty-ho. Let's get back into the madness of things. We're going to talk about corporate spending.
Workplace stories.
It's all real. These are all ones that we have found.
True corporate spending budgets.
And people actually approve these sometimes, which is insane.
Fucking crazy.
Insane. So I'm going to kick us off, right?
Go for it.
First workplace story.
Hit me.
We're talking about a wedding here.
A wedding?
Picture this. An employee purchases a £7,500 engagement ring on the company's credit card.
Damn.
When questioned,
Yeah.
because obviously it comes through as an
Obviously.
expense,
7,000.
he says, yes, the reason why I purchased this is because if my girlfriend is happy, I'll be a better employee.
No
So technically,
way.
this is for the company.
That is crazy.
He genuinely believed that her happiness boosted his productivity.
There's truth to that.
And HR approved it.
No, they didn't.
Approved it. I don't know what company he's working for.
That's
but
insane.
my God.
That is absolutely
this guy...
insane. Lads, you might have a hack out here.
No, honestly, I think this guy's ahead of his time right now.
Oh, without doubt, yeah.
100%.
That's genius.
Stick it on your credit
What
card
a
for the
legend.
company, and then if they approve it, you've got it for free.
Right, I've got one. It's a little bit, how do I say? We know this is from a gentleman a little bit younger in life than the engagement stage. He's still at home watching Netflix sort of vibes. This guy tried to assure the HR company that his Xbox Live subscription, gold subscription, was a business expense. She said this definitely didn't belong on the business card as it's got nothing to do with work. To which he then opened up to her that he's been playing Halo in the break room for a few weeks and he feels like it should be. So he said, I play Halo on my break in the break room, so it's a company expense.
Did anything come?
She was like, nah,
Oh,
it's not.
I disapprove. Valid point. Valid point.
Hilarious.
It's part of this entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Anyway.
two very different men there.
100%. Anyway, we're going back to the chaos of like 2020, the
Oh,
COVID
okay.
era, the
Okay.
work from home.
Got you.
Everyone knows this one. One employee submitted a request for a £79 dog crate.
What?
Yeah. Why? They asked.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you
course.
doing this? They said, the puppy keeps on disturbing me when I'm on Zoom at work.
Do you know what? I don't
So,
think that's too bad.
To contain my dog during client-facing calls and increase productivity, I need to get this dog cage crate to keep them enclosed.
Yeah.
It wasn't just approved. Apparently, it was applauded for its creative
Do
solution
you know, I
to getting
actually
rid of the dog.
fully back that. I think that's a genius
fair
idea.
play.
I think that's genius.
I love it. See what you can expense out there.
That's a
people.
lot of thought gone into that. But if you explain it well, you're going to get anything through. Without a doubt.
If you say it with confidence and explain it well,
Without
I think you
a
could.
doubt. Right, I've got one. This one's not as probably morally right. The gym owner.
The gym owner.
The gym owner had a charge for about $5,000 on the staff account,
Right.
and he titled it "Staff Welfare." Obviously, the HR was reading
Love
this
that.
going, "What's staff welfare?" So
Who's paying 5K?
They've asked if it was for property taxes. Maybe it was misclassified, and the guy goes, "No, I'd still class it as staff welfare." And they were like, "Which member of staff?" And he said the chap's name, and it wasn't himself; it was somebody else.
Oh,
and they were like,
really?
"So you spent what on earth did you spend $5,000 on that guy
Yeah.
for?" He turns out he paid for his employee's bail fee from jail
Oh my.
so that he could come back to work because there was nobody else available that day.
Oh my
He
goodness.
said, "Sorry, buddy, that's going straight into your own distribution." So basically, the gym owner decided to pay for his body to get out of jail on the staff account, and HR was like, "We cannot authorize that."
That's insane. But surely it's not for him just to come in and work on that day.
That's what he said. He said he was working that day. There was he was the only one that
He
could do
could
the
find
gym
anyone
floor.
on the street and go, yeah, I'll pay you a K.
Oh, that's
Do you know
a
what I
fair
mean?
point.
Yeah,
but
like-
I think because it was probably his mate. He was there like, "I'll pay $5,000 to get him out and get him into work."
Insane. That is
He's like, "I'll charge it on the
crazy.
staff account, bro. I've got you."
Kind of on the lines of like dodging and evading things. This is like apparently one of the best excuses this company's ever heard, which
Okay.
I'm not surprised. An employee submitted a claim for a 2,000 hang glider ride.
What?
The reason for purchase,
Maybe some
which
awesome
they wrote,
advertising.
maybe the reason why they wrote for the purchase
Yeah.
was to avoid a divorce. Full
What's
stop.
that got to do
Yeah,
with avoiding a
Full
divorce?
stop. That's it. Literally, that's it. No
What?
extra details, no breakdown, just purely to avoid a divorce. And it got approved. I'm pretty sure this guy must be so high up in the business to get that approved, because that is
Oh, for
ridiculous.
sure. And I've guaranteed
To
like,
avoid a divorce.
he's probably reaching out to like empathetic people. Like there's got to be somebody in that HR department or somebody in the management that's had a divorce.
He has a link, or
and
she has a link.
They've got to have had a divorce, and they've got to
Yeah.
be like, we don't want to put him through it. Give him whatever he needs.
They've got a close contact there. That's
is mad.
amazing.
Right, this one. I had one guy. He wrote a business check to his drug dealer.
Oh my.
They must have had a pretty good relationship, because this guy was willing to take a $2,000 check, and he said business is all about relationships. Unfortunately, I don't know if it was approved or not.
Surely you get sacked for that.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's
Unless
crazy.
I'm thinking that's got to be some sort of like Wall Street firm or some sort of legal
That
firm
is insane.
where they're all doing a bit of naughty stuff.
Cheeky,
But that is
maybe,
insane.
yeah.
Can you imagine being so confident that you're like, the company will pay for this?
But you've got to be like
You've got to be
a
walking.
big baller.
Oh, you're the guy in the
know what I
changing
mean?
room. Do you know what I mean?
All right, I've got one. The last one for me. One guy, right? Traveled a lot at work.
Mhm.
He used his corporate card for pretty much everything, even to entertain the dates that he matched with online. We're talking dinners at the top of London restaurants,
Wow.
5-star hotel rooms,
Wow.
even Mercedes rentals, all of this stuff.
Jeez.
To justify it all, he said, I took the client out for a dinner or something like that. Or no economy cars were left, so I had to go with the
I see, I see, I see.
Mercedes-Benz rental.
Yeah.
Here's the big kicker, right? One of these dates stole his wallet, ran up 10K on his business card,
Oh,
buying jewelry, spa treatments, limos, everything.
jeez.
When he later asked to book a genuine 2.5K flight, the card was maxed out and the whole thing unraveled, right?
Oh my God.
Luckily, he didn't get fired, but he lost all his card privileges.
Rightfully so.
But they let everything slide. He didn't have to pay for a penny. He basically explained his card got nicked by one of these dates. They went on a huge spending fee, and it all got like
Jeez.
approved
It's
internally.
like a Tinder swindler sort of situation.
Yeah, but like he's not allowed obviously to
That's
spend
mad.
anything now. But that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, I've got one that's similar to that, actually. A legendary story, apparently, as far as Wall Street brokerage
Go on.
goes. The HR person gets a phone call. This is Amazon Express. Mr. Jim Doe charged $240,000 last night
What?
at the local strip club. Can you please verify the charge? This woman, like, excuse me, he did what? Anyway, goes to higher management. She's like, this has just happened. Help. Higher management tells him he closed $1 billion deal last night. Approve the charge. She approves
Holy.
the charge for $250,000 charge at a strip club. Tick. Clients had a good time. That was it.
Jesus.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's
$250,000
insane.
in
I
a
mean,
strip
if you
club.
just secured £1 billion
What the fuck is he
deal,
doing?
though,
Yeah.
but that strip club's crazy. But that's pennies in comparison.
I mean, it's
to-
rightful so how the management have responded, but still, they're like, they literally just said nothing more than let it through.
I'm sure they would have gone to him like, do whatever you want.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he
have a
would have
good
been
night.
sat there knowing that he's got
Yeah.
everybody at his feet, basically.
Imagine seeing that as
Mental
HR
one.
and going,
Yeah, she gets a call. It was a call from Amazon Express as well. Like, we don't know if we can even approve this, and they were there like, yeah, let me see it. And so they not only approved
Holy.
it, but they also expensed it to the company.
wow.
Mental.
Wow.
I got an
don't
honourable
even-
mention as
How
well.
could you even spend that much?
I cannot fathom it. I cannot fathom it.
in a
That's-
night or a day?
That's a house. He spent a house in a strip club in one evening.
Wow.
That's mental. A little honourable mention. I saw this one. It's not got much weight to it, but somebody did say,
Go on.
I used to work in HR, and a guy used to keep charging us for his monthly Patreon expenses on a client that he does books for.
So
He said he
cool.
never asked. I didn't want to know. I'll assume it's all industry related. People, put our Patreon on your expense
Do it
cards.
now. £4 a month. It's nothing. Just say it's a
They'll
meal
never
deal
know.
or something
They'll
like
never
that. Do you
know.
know what I mean? A coffee.
Yeah, a coffee. Just
Wherever you want to expense it at, put it in.
stick it on. That was workplace stories.
And
That
they
was
won't
surprising.
question you as well. They
Not
will
for £4. They're not doing that. That was a good laugh.
I like
That was
that
a
a
really
lot.
good laugh.
That's brilliant.
Right, let's get back into the episode.
Righty-ho. And
we
we're
are.
back. I'll tell you what, there are some brilliant stories. I always love hearing about what goes on. If you have any stories of your own, drop them in the comments below. Let us know, because we want some juicy exclusive from our actual subscribers.
And we'll start having like running questions on the social media so that you guys can get in ahead of the episodes and start letting us know what we're going to talk about.
100%. Go check out our socials. They're all in the description below as well.
For sure.
But I think moving on,
we
need to get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into pricing.
More about pricing.
Exactly.
Certainly.
In and around the psychology of pricing and how it kind of works. Because obviously you want to get money from customers, paying customers.
Yeah.
Now there's lots of ways you could do this. For example, we have a thing called tiered pricing strategy.
Yeah, you see this in loads
You
of
see this everywhere you go. When you look at your supermarkets, everything like that, from your Tesco's club card.
Yeah.
If you don't get one, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to buy a bloody meal deal or something like that, which is crazy. But it's all about guiding decision making from your customers once they enter your website, your shop, whatever it may be, to try get them to purchase the one you want them to purchase.
And it's also like gaining a bit of loyalty out of them as well, isn't it? That whole Tesco Club Card thing just shows that they want to have people appreciating points, something in their wallet. Are you a Tesco Club Card member? It just gives like somebody almost like a tagline to the company every time. It gives them that sort of connection.
100%. They do a really clever job in like gamifying it as well, in a way, like collect your points and you can purchase X, Y, Z. A lot of companies do that thing as well.
Alexa, stop.
Got an alarm going off. Anyway, essentially getting back onto tiered strategy, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of other things that you can use. So we've got different kind of vibes. We've got anchoring, which is make the middle look like the cheap option.
Okay.
Right? So
I've listened to a bit of this as well.
We'll get into it a bit more, but essentially you've got like good, better, best.
Yeah.
Right? So you can really be clever and introduce a premium anchor. So like £100 tier, right, on a fitness program or something like that. People won't really go for that, but they might go for your £25 middle option rather than your £5 cheaper option. True, because they feel like they're getting better bang for buck.
Definitely, yeah.
You've also got a thing called FOMO. Now, FOMO is a huge thing, and people, I get this all the time as well, honestly. It's the fear of missing out, right?
It is. People
think they will get more value in the higher tiers or memberships or whatever you're doing. So if you can prove that you're going to offer X, Y, Z, if you join for an extra £10 a month rather than the tier you're on, more than likely people will go, oh, I'm going to be missing out. I need to see what's on that big tier. You've also got another thing called buyer empowerment, right? This is where the buyer feels like they're in control. Now, this is huge, especially with the psychology thing, which I'm sure you'll get onto. Yeah. But you want to have that status, essentially, where people go, oh, I'm purchasing the premium product. I'm in control. I can flex this.
I see.
It's a very clever way of doing it. So as I mentioned, you've got like a good, better, best kind of tier. Think of it as like a £10, a £20, a £50 on like a fitness program or an application or something like that. You've also got the premium anchor, which I've mentioned earlier. You have one massively priced well above, which some people actually may buy just to flex on others.
True.
But then your middle one's going to be like your staple, where you want people to guide towards and actually purchase that one. And then your cheaper one's not going to offer much value, but your middle one's going to be the best bang for your buck.
I mean, it works as well. Like a way that you see tiered strategy kind of comes into mind when you were saying that. Visually, is when you click on a website, especially when it comes to like apps or website services, if you scroll down and they've got different packages, you'll see 3 columns and they'll have like titles and then like a tick box, and you'll see this on Apple all the time. It will say like fucking something 7-inch HD 4K screen, tick, and then for the iPhone 6, let's say, it doesn't have a tick. And then it will have that all the way down with like 100 different options, and you'll see like one more, but you're already looking for the visual greens. You're looking for that's got this many ticks, that's got that many ticks, this has got that many ticks. Like if they make the medium to the expensive not too dissimilar, you might go for the expensive because it's only a little bit more, but then you might go for the medium because it's a lot less in price.
Huge one.
Like that's a very visual way.
Huge one on that is travel insurance, actually going to accommodations, what one shall I get, flights, etc.
Definitely.
They do such a good job and making people go, oh, it's only an extra little bit, but we get this.
Yeah.
It's so worth it. And really, it's not always worth it that much, but they sway you into that. One more thing is bundles, right? You see this everywhere, especially when shopping. You've got buy one for £20, 3 for £50. It's actually one that I used for my tattoos to go, wasn't it?
Yes.
Buy two, get one free.
Stuff
Like that. It sways people into purchasing more, and then you get in better profit from it.
Yeah. Also, bundling in the sense where you give somebody what they're after, but then you kind of make all the essentials of that same product the bundle. So you look at like Ryanair, for example, as you mentioned earlier, like the ticket for the plane might be £20 and people might go, God, I can get to Portugal for £20. How amazing. And then you realise to take a whole bag, it costs 50 quid. And then to book your seat costs another 30 quid. And then what was a £20 flight? It's cost you £115, which would have been the same on a BA flight. Do you know what I mean? And you would have had all of that included.
No, exactly.
But bundling's so smart because you get them to the checkout point and then it's added extras. And then somebody goes, oh yeah, I'm going to need that. Oh yeah, I'm going to need that. And then by the time they click checkout,
they get hooked. Yeah,
you're hooked.
Exactly.
Hooked.
But like, try these in your own kind of hustle, side hustle, business, whatever it may be, because you can test your different tiers. You can label one as most popular as well. That's a huge one that I see.
True.
So like
Amazon's
recommended
choice
as well, stuff like that. And bundle, like Ollie said, whenever you can, because it really does work, and see what people are choosing. And then start to hone in on that as well.
That's a really good point. If you see a lot of people buying one central edition, that's what you benefit off.
Yeah.
You make that the affordable and then deliver everything else as the other. Or you do the opposite way around. You give them everything else and then you give them the essential as an extra cost. Righty-ho. Well, talking a bit more about the psychology of stuff, and I've looked at this as well from an angle of pricing strategy.
Very similar,
You've already mentioned a couple of mine.
Because the psychology is you want them to guide them to what you actually want them to purchase.
Well, it's human nature for a lot of these things that we're going into. So first of all, a different one I'll go into is charm pricing. Now, charm pricing, we touched on this when we did our Battle of the Hosts today. It's the difference between £9.99 and £10. The difference in that is vast compared to what you think it is. It's not 1 penny. That is the difference between a lot of customers and few customers.
Which is insane.
Which is crazy when you think about it. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. So that's one for you that you can always think of. If you're looking to get an affordable and higher demographic, then you'll probably go for the £9.99.
100%. Because if you're looking at like something that's £19.99 versus something that breaks into the £20 bracket, you're more likely to spend something that's underneath that £20 bracket on a friend, whether it's a gift or whatever, than branching into that £20 because you feel like now you're spending quite a lot on them.
100%. Talking about the anchoring that you mentioned earlier, the difference between somebody showing you £300 then it being £100 for the product, that it just plays on people's ability to go, oh yeah, well, I don't really need everything, but I need what this company can offer in its general sense. So they will go for the £100. It makes like something that's quite a high expense. Excuse me, the eggs playing numbers on me today. It makes something that was £100 expense seem quite relatively easy because it's perspective. It's when somebody was to say to you, okay, this bag costs £300. Oh, but we do have this bag that costs £100. It's pretty much the same. You're hooked then because you're like, God, that's a third of the price.
Yeah.
Whereas if you walked in there and they said, oh, look at our luxury bag for £100, you'd go, maybe not. Do you know what I mean?
It's kind of like that discount mentality, isn't it?
100%.
You see it a lot for Black Friday as well.
Yeah.
They will actually bump up the prices prior to it and then slash it straight down
after.
But you're probably paying, if not more, than what it was back in like Feb.
It's like having the Christmas sales and then the January sales straight after.
Yeah.
The Christmas sales, all prices go this way. January sales, all prices go this way.
Yeah.
Just celebrate Christmas on the 10th of January. It'll be much cheaper for you people. The decoy effect. So this plays similarly to what you were talking about earlier in terms of the tiered strategy. Now, this is done in a way where they try and push you towards the most expensive. The McDonald's do this all the time. £4 for a small meal, £7 for a medium meal, or £7.50 for a large meal. You're like, what? It was a £3 jump from small to medium. It's a 50p jump from medium to large. I tell you one thing. Every single time I get caught out, I'm never going, it's only 50p more for a large, because they harness the idea that standard is medium.
Yeah.
So you see this at like Costa as well. They plan the regular, the medium, whereas it's £50, it's not £50, 50p more for the large, and it's £3 less for the small. You don't want the small, but now you want the large. It messes with your head.
It makes you think like, what's 20p for extra of chips or an extra drink? Do you know what I mean?
Without a doubt. Here are a few different ones. So this is more about the type of brand that you want to be. If you want to be a luxury brand, price perception with this is you typically go for round numbers. So if you want to be luxury, you want to be, it's effectively like the sleek method of pricing. You go for £100. $99.99 doesn't sound luxury. £100 sounds luxury. It's a penny difference again. And it depends on, when we spoke earlier about your brand identity and your sort of, I don't know, the voice that you want to give off, the style that you want to give off. It happens in your pricing as well as everything else.
Huge. I mean, I got a funny example on that, actually. So I actually knew someone who worked in this kind of mobile device manufacturing company.
Okay.
But they created devices for like the rich, the super rich in a way.
Yeah.
And it was like a mobile device where you could click 1 and you get your butler, 2 and you get your taxi, blah, blah, blah. Really exclusive. They don't sell it to like the regular Joes out there. They actually priced this at like £3,000 for a phone. Got very little sales.
Wow.
Bumped it up to 15,000. Boom. All gone.
Perfect.
Thousands and thousands of sales.
Yeah.
All because they now, instead of looking at the rich, went for the super rich. And they wanted that exclusivity kind of, no one else can have this. It's mine. I can show it off.
Well, I've got a story on the same front. Rory Sutherland, the guy I've spoken about before here, marketing genius, he worked as one of his consultancies with KFC in South Africa. And what he did was he walked in, they were struggling to sell one item on the menu. And they were like, Rory, cannot sell this for the life of us. We're really struggling here. What should we do? And they put in a lot of money to the marketing and everything else. They were like, we've got no idea what to do. And he said, push the price up. And they were like, what? Push the price up. He's like, no, it's not selling well. Push the price up. They were like, why? And he goes, because here's the idea. If you push the price up, you're not going to lose any more sales because you're not making any sales anyway.
Exactly.
But the other thing is if you push the price up, create a new style of your demographic, as you say, but you also create urgency. If people see the price go up on something, they instantly think, God, that's selling out quick. That's why the price has gone up. It must be good. It's got more value because you've increased the value of the product. Sales went through the roof. They quadrupled their volume of this product in South Africa. And Rory Sutherland made a big old check with his consultancy fee.
You create that intrigue. People are very intrigued when things cost a certain amount. They're like, why does it cost that much for a chicken nugget or an ice cream?
Yeah.
I need to try it out. I need to see what it's about.
And I got last two here as far as psychology goes. The pain of paying. This is what everybody really endures quite a lot of the time. I don't want to pay £15 or something. I don't want to pay £30 for something. It makes the ease of system of paying. Focus on this when you're creating any brand, especially if it's like e-commerce or something like that. If you've got a shop, point being is basically cash or credit. If you've got a system where you generate a card payment, it's as easy as tapping, it's as easy as pressing, input card details, pay. Brilliant. If you have a cash system or an outdated system, an old school system where people have to do a lot of work to pay, the pain of paying will put them off. So 100%. Don't make the process of paying too laborious, or else you're going to lose a lot of customers through that.
Yeah, because I know when I go on a website and I have to now create an account for this one purchase that I'm going to make, I will just turn it off. Whereas if I can continue as guest, I'll continue as guest every
Parking
time.
is a huge one with that.
Yeah.
Fucking filling in a new account and everything for paying for parking.
You know what? There you go. There's a business idea. Parking, like Ringo and stuff like that.
Parking
I'm sure you could do
crazy
something better.
Money. Absolutely crazy money. Especially if you went to like businesses and said, do you want parking facilities? Let's find a local area. And you did like a consultancy thing. Another great idea. Anyway.
Huge.
Moving on to the question of the week.
Go on.
Right. Now, a lot of people have probably seen this in recent terms. China at the moment are doing a massive rebate on this US tariffs things that have come in. And what they've done is all of these Chinese factories backed by the government, and the government are redacting all these like clauses and contracts that were like confidentiality stuff. Basically, luxury brands who have been using Chinese factories for years, you're talking like Hermes, Birkin bags, or like Lululemon, companies like that have been sourcing their factory work in China. All these Chinese companies now are going into social media and promoting what the products actually cost. You're talking like for a Birkin bag that could be like £800 to manufacture, they say, oh, this costs you £38,000 on the website. Buy from us. And they're doing this whole like 180 on the fact that US have put the tariffs in. Crazy thing on social media right now. So the question is, should companies like Gucci and Prada, so on and so forth, be allowed to charge thousands of pounds for things that can sometimes cost less than £100 to make? What is your hot take, Jamie?
Yeah, definitely.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
100%.
Any reasons?
just
okay, moving on.
Because essentially, like the likes of the brands you said, like Gucci, etc., they're not just selling a handbag or something. They're selling that exclusive item to have their authentic logo on there, and you can show it off. Essentially, I believe that any brand that can convince people to spend 1,500 on a bag or something, whatever it may be, when it actually costs 50 quid or 100 quid to make, that's their person's choice to purchase that item.
True.
So they've done really well in their branding to create such a huge polarizing figure that people, when they see that brand, they go, oh, that's that brand. That's really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Have you seen these new bags, though? They're like, I don't even know what they're called.
Oh, they can't even fit. They're like
you
penny
can't fit
bags.
a thing into it.
You can't even fit a phone in
People
it.
paying like 30k for it and shit like that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
For what? Because it's a fashion icon. It makes you look
It's a
bougie.
statement piece.
It's a statement piece.
That's, you know what, I do agree with you, despite how frustrating it is to see some of these margins that these people are making. We're talking like
It's
in the
insane.
1,000% margins, not
But
20%.
They built the company to that.
They've built the brand, you're right. So basically
fair
what I've
play.
seen is luxury serves as a symbol. We've got to be
Does.
realistic and understanding that these are luxury brands. And a symbol is identifying success, creativity, craftsmanship, so on and so forth. And if you look outside of even just the psychology of buying, you look at human nature, like not to get too kind of over the top, but as history goes, you can go back thousands of years with people. The statements were having like the best spot to sleep, the castles and that, in like the royal times and stuff like that.
Top of the hill.
Top of the hill. Exactly, this top of the hill statement. Go back as far as cavemen. I'm sure cavemen were like the ones who slept the best point, killed the biggest lion. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's crazy to think of it like that. But as that human species of evolution, so you look at like the chimps and stuff like that, they've one head chimp and they've got all the female chimps around, they've got the best spot on the tree sort of thing. The idea of having statement and hierarchy is part of evolution. It's part of every single function of every single person. It creates motivation, it creates drive, it creates system, it creates everything.
It's as we mentioned at the very beginning of one of our first ever pods, was those books.
Yeah.
Chimp Paradox, for example, explains exactly that. It is something you just want. You want to be able to show off. You want to show people you're successful or you're doing well in life. It's a natural thing.
Yeah, and companies have to play on that. Companies have to play on the fact that there is such thing as a vanity of life.
You know what? Exactly. This is actually brings me onto it. So, you know, Coachella obviously has happened like
recently,
kind of recently-ish.
Yeah.
People were financing their tickets just to go to Coachella. Because it's purely a statement. It's a statement piece. I could post on my Instagram. I've been to Coachella, stuff like that.
True.
People are financing it.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So point is like, if you, as a company, especially if you're going into the luxury sense of things, want to promote your business as a luxury brand, you've got to play on the psychology of people and on the evolution of people. You can't just say, you can't say you're a luxury brand, but undercut all the competition, because then you're no longer a luxury brand. It doesn't matter how well crafted your items are. So be realistic in your presence. And it's kind of why, as our psychology goes as a brand, we say that there's £4 for the Patreon. I know I'm saying it a lot today, but it's really important. We're not here pushing out the $9.99 courses like fake gurus, because the truth is they're reaching out to kind of play the system of struggle more than anything else. We put out a £4 price, not to reach out to the millionaires, not to reach out to the sort of rich, private, educated, like people who are kind of gifted into the opportunity of business creation and ease of life. We're reaching out to the average person, the person who can pay for a coffee every month, but in fact could probably do well with understanding how to turn a passion of theirs into a business. That's why we price it at £4 a month. That's why we don't price these fake guru bollocks at £999 a month and we're going to make you a millionaire by next Thursday, because it's wrong. So this is the psychology of us and what we're trying to do. And it's just as important as everything else. So,
no, exactly. And I mean, there's a lot of things that come into those bigger brands. It's the ethics and all of that lot. But as you mentioned with us, it is what we wanted to. It was what we want to hit home is you can have some fun. You can enjoy the material that we're producing for you, but also we're going to show you some real world insights, like the struggles that we have, the fact we're not making some money or getting followers, or we started making money, etc., etc.
Exactly.
Like, we want you to be on a journey with us, and we want you to grow as well as your business alongside ours.
We certainly do. To pick up the pace.
Yeah.
Should we get into the next segment for you people?
Yes.
Let's do it. We got a cheeky another game for you, but we'll save you the little hesitation. Let's go.
Ho, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we have a Guess Who.
A Guess Who. But this is different.
It is.
It is. It's different because last time we did companies, the big companies around the world. Today we're doing CEOs and people of influence. We're not saying that we align with all of these people. We're just saying they're people of influence.
Yeah. And also they might not necessarily have a business themselves, but they influence in some sort of way.
Exactly. It was actually kind of difficult to find 24.
Yeah.
But
Kind of just like
we did it.
household names,
Yes.
famous people currently.
But if you don't know one of these, by all means, stick it in the comments. We'll explain it next time we get around.
Anyway, go first. Have a
shall I
little
pick first?
lucky dip.
Oh, okay. I've always gone for the edges, so I'm going to go slap bang middle.
Ooh.
Okay, we're going to pop up on the screen now. I have... Interesting.
Are you ready?
Interesting.
I'm going to go closest to you. Here we go. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You can go first, my friend.
Okie dokie,
Since
I
you
shall.
picked first.
Would you say your person could do more than 20 push-ups?
Oh, shit.
Don't put down yours.
No.
Okay. Definitely think you could.
That's quite a good question.
It is a good question.
Kind of out there. I like it.
Yeah.
Right, my question for you, my friend. Are you ready?
I'm not actually. I'm still going. Yeah. Okay, cool. That did so well.
Would you say this person spends a lot of time in front of the mirror in the morning to get ready for their daily day lives?
Probably. Yeah.
Probably. Nope. No, you don't even want to know. I'll just put down. Could be controversial.
I think I know who you just put down.
I'll leave it. Oh no, I need to pick that one up. Oh no, it's all going wrong. All right, I think I am done there.
Okie
That might be quite.
Oh, that's
play,
still like a
that.
good one
That
as
could be a
well.
good play.
Okay. I will say. Would your parents know your person?
Yes, they
Okay.
would.
Oh, actually, no. There's some that they will know, some that they won't know. Okay, you know what? I'll go for no there. No there. Oh, actually, I didn't really get rid of many there.
Would you say your person is talented?
They're smart but not talented. I wouldn't say talented. Very smart but not talented.
Not talented.
I wouldn't say talented, no.
No? Okay.
But they're very smart. So I don't really know if that's a talent.
I'd say if you have a skill set that you're very dominant in, you're talented.
Oh, I don't really know, to be honest.
So you're going to say what? You have to say yes or no.
I'm going to say no, but you might put my person down.
So they're not.
I wouldn't say talent. I don't think they have a talent.
Cool.
I'd kick myself if you put my person down. Right, let's focus in. Come on, what can I get rid of a few people? Ooh. Does my person have children? I can get rid of a lot if it's no. If they do, then I'm not going to be very helpful there.
Yes.
They do have children.
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
I had to think about that as well.
I think she does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if it was a no, that would have really helped. But yes, doesn't really help.
Right. Ooh, this is where it gets a bit sticky. Okay. Thinking out of the box here, ladies and gentlemen. Does this person use a camera a lot?
No.
They don't use a camera.
No, I don't think so. Oh shit.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, I already got to get rid of a few here. Oh god.
I really hope I haven't put yours down.
I hope you haven't put mine down either. Oh god, I really don't know what to go for. I'm gonna say I can't use the same as yours. Oh god. Would you say I'm gonna go for a real wild one here? Would you say my person is attractive? I gotta think about your preferences.
Yeah.
Okay. You fancy Alan Sugar, don't you? I'm joking. Okay.
I'm going to guess.
Oh, God.
I think I've got a 50-50 here.
Yeah.
Deborah Meaden.
No. Who's I got to guess now?
I hope I'm...
Is your person Molly May?
No.
Oh.
Emma Chamberlain?
No.
Well, I've absolutely cocked it up.
When did you put mine down then? You have to bring them up again and guess, I guess. That's the only way. Well, I've got 3 chances. Is your person Rihanna?
No.
Oh, God. We'll have to figure
Let me get these up.
Yeah.
It's none of these.
Yeah.
Right. Not talented. Oh, that could have been the controversial one that you said.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Greta Thunberg?
No.
Okay.
Kylie Jenner?
No.
Gosh, it must be my last one then, or else I've done it as well.
This could be absolute
This could
balls
be a
up.
travesty.
Oh, not talented. Doesn't spend time in front of a mirror. Well, my other
No,
one
I said
was...
they does spend time in front of the mirror. When you asked that question.
Yeah. My other one was then Ben Francis.
No. Adele?
No.
Oh, so I did it as well.
Well, let's
Do you know
show. What is yours then?
Mine's Melanie Perkins.
Not talented.
Yeah, because I was like, they haven't got a talent, but she's very smart.
She founded a company.
That's what I said. She's very smart. But I thought you were saying talent is like KSI's got talent. Like, I thought there was like Adele's got talent. I thought you were saying like a talent, like a singing talent, an acting talent, something like that.
There's some people like Bonnie Blue does not.
Is that where you put her down?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. That's my bad, to be fair. Because
you know what's mental?
Very smart.
You said my one.
Who?
Alan Sugar.
No, you said Alan Sugar was good looking
For his age.
Oh,
78-year-old. He's not too shabby, mate.
Fair enough. I mean, I put down all the blokes really when you said that because I had like Bill Gates and Alan Sugar. I was like, he's not going to say they're attractive.
Alan Sugar's all right for his age.
Fair.
Would you say no? Would you say he's not?
I would say the question based on your preferences, I say, is, but that's fair enough. Like if you think it's in that
if it's
sense,
a guy, I've got to be. I'm not going to say no.
If you think he's an attractive man, you think he's an attractive man.
Do you not think so?
No, I'm not attracted to him.
For a 78-year-old, you don't think he's decent?
I'm not saying any falls. I'm saying I don't find him attractive.
So as a 78-year-old, you'd be like, yeah, he's not an attractive 78-year-old.
Hey, you don't have to defend Alan Sugar. I'm sure he's an
crazy.
attractive. Is it?
Yeah. So who
What
do
do
you
you think
like?
in the
Donald
comments?
Trump?
Do you think Alan Sugar is an attractive man? What are your thoughts?
78-year-old. Bear that in mind as well.
Fair enough. Right, well, we both
If I'm 78 looking like him,
botched
I'm
that.
going to be happy.
Touche, yeah, I'll give you that. We both botched that, so should we give ourselves a next slap each as like a punishment?
Is
for
Melanie
screwing up?
Perkins talented? Yes or no?
Is Alan Sugar sexy and attractive? Yes or no?
He's a hunk, mate.
What do you think? A little neck slapping?
Yeah, because it was absolute arse from both of
you go
us. Let me get that mic down there, boy. There we go. Ready?
Oh, jeez. It never gets any nicer. Right.
Right, aim the mic, aim the mic. try and get my hood out of the way. Yeah.
Strong. Good cuppage on that, I think, as well.
Ooh, yeah.
Right, well, we're very sorry to you people because that was a bit of a shambles for the Guess Who, but we gave you the honest thoughts of ourselves.
Who kind of stuffed up the most there? Let us know. Was it me putting down Melanie Perkins or you putting down Alan Sugar on my questions?
We shall see. But anyway, we'll get back into the episode now and sign you beautiful people
We're
out.
still learning. And we're back after that disaster. How do we both?
Bad.
I don't understand how we both did it. I think we're thinking to
different wavelengths.
Yeah.
It's the yin and the yang to our business plan. He's got a brain that
It
thinks
is.
differently to mine. I've got a brain that thinks vastly different to his. But we're sorry for that. So in the future, we'll try and...
No, because we nailed the first
We did.
one on Patreon.
Yeah. We'll try and de-generalize some of the questions. I think we were trying to go too out there.
Yeah,
and it put
we're
us in-
thinking too much. Yeah, we're going really, really
We're going
broad,
really
aren't
general.
we? Yeah.
Anyway.
We live and we learn, yeah?
We do.
Anyway, it was a good game. I do love that game.
Yes.
Guess Who? Such a...
And if you go and check
game.
out the Patreon, you see a slider showdown every now and again, which is us going head to head in a bunch of other games and challenges. We bring back a lot of the games, the childhood games, like the Who Am I, the battleships, a bunch of other
All of
stuff
that
in
stuff.
there.
Good fun stuff.
So we get some funny ones. It's
Also-
charades as well.
Let us know, because we do need some more punishments. So let
Yes.
us know what you're thinking.
I
What do
don't
you
want
want
to
to
drink an
see
egg
us
again.
do?
He doesn't want to drink
Yeah, I
an
think
egg
the
again.
eggs are done now.
The eggs are finished.
Maybe.
No, not maybe.
Not maybe.
It's been too long since you've had one. Trust me. We don't want to have one again. Right.
Anyway, we love you lot. Thank you for making it to the end. But
Thank you so
basically,
much.
we hope this episode was somewhat insightful.
Yes.
Getting into that money, the nitty gritty of a business, understanding profits, margins, revenues, all that jazz, all that jargon that people use that people
Juicy stuff.
don't really understand sometimes.
And do let us know if you want us to start an OnlyFans. I mean, if there's enough people, mate, we've got to do what the people want to do.
We got to do. Actually, speaking of that, on our Patreon, we'll talk about what we would do, what we would do.
If we had an OnlyFans.
Yeah, or what we might do. You
So-
never know.
We're not going to tell you anymore. If you want to get over there, it's for the bright old sum of
£4 a month.
£4 a month.
On Google, Safari, desktop,
Web
website
versions.
stuff, web versions. That's the key word there.
Web versions. Click
Not
the link tree.
iOS.
Go and check it out. Don't do it through the app unless you want to give more money to the people at Apple, which if you want to, go ahead. But that will cost you a couple extra quid. So
Yeah.
we're trying to save you some money here.
Subscribe on the web version, download the app, and then you're all good to go.
Because it's for the bright old sum of 13p a day. We want you to know the true value of what it is, and you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. So
Yeah.
do not hesitate. Go over there. Check it out.
There's already a lot of content on there, and there'll
It's
be
gonna
a
be
lot
loads.
more coming your way.
Plenty to come. Nevertheless, we love you to bits. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the good and Gucci stuff.
Go on Spotify, give us a follow as well.
Yes.
Give us a like, give us a rating of 5 stars if you love us
Hit the
dearly.
socials as well.
Yeah.
Right, I think we've clickbaited and tagged enough
We
shit into
milked
there.
it.
That looked
Dry.
disgusting. What was I doing? Right.
Tom, edit something in there.
no, don't. Right, I'm saying toodle pip before I do anything else stupid. Toodle pip.
Cheerio. Tom, edit some
Oh, God, don't do that.
some udders, some chicken. I don't know. Do something there.